So here we are again. I booked another trip over to Asia, about $13,000 worth of economy and business class flights, multiple countries in business class. And in this video, I'm going to break down the whole thing. We paid out of pocket about $750 in taxes and fees and a bunch of credit card points. Not going to leave that part out. And now here's the thing. I'm going to walk you through the entire thought process, every single flight, how I found the award availability, and why I booked what I booked. And so maybe this can inspire you to book a trip like this yourself, or at least show you what's actually possible with your credit card points. My name is Max, and I help people maximize their airline miles, hotel points, and credit card points. And if this sounds like something you're into, remember the like and subscribe button down below. All right, so let me set the stage for this trip. It's 2 adults, myself and my wife, and 1 lap infant, Oliver, my son, and he's about like 8 to 9 months old. So we're going from San Diego to Japan, and then Japan to Shanghai, and then back home. 5 flights total, multiple airlines, a mix of different programs, a mix of different booking programs, and I'll break down every single one. So let's get into it. So the first flight, we're flying from San Diego to JFK, New York on Alaska Airlines. Now you might be wondering, why in the world am I flying over to New York? I have some work stuff to do in New York, and so the family's coming along with me, and then we're flying to Asia from New York. The thing is, like, I would not go all the way to New York to reposition for a flight. That's some pretty crazy stuff. I have to go there anyways, and we just made it work. Originally, we're supposed to fly from LAX to Tokyo, but now we're flying from New York to Tokyo because of the work engagement stuff I have to be in New York for. I booked that flight through Alaska Airlines using Atmos points, and those were points that I transferred from American Express points over to Hawaiian Airlines, and then from Hawaiian Airlines over to Alaska Airlines. Now, this is not available anymore, unfortunately. This ended a couple months ago, but Bilt points does still transfer over to Alaska Airlines at a 1-to-1 transfer ratio. So you can always earn Atmos points that way, but the transfer from American Express to Hawaiian and Hawaiian to Alaska is no longer available. The total cost for that flight was 12,000 points per person, so 36,000 points for Tiffany, me, and Oliver. I got him his own seat on this flight just because we just want to be a little more comfortable. It's going to be a 5-hour flight across the US, and so that's why I got him his own flight. Taxes and fees were $16.80 in taxes and fees. The cash price was surprisingly really expensive for this flight. It was over $1,000 for 3 of us. It was like $344 per person, which is a lot for a domestic flight. So, which is why I redeemed my Alaska miles, Alaska Atmos points, and it's a pretty solid redemption because the cash rate was just really high. Now, moving on to this really exciting one. This is going from JFK to Tokyo Haneda on Japan Airlines. And yes, Haneda, which is the better airport, the one that's closer to the city center. Narita is always a pain to get to, in and out of, and so we're glad that we're flying into the Haneda airport. So here's the thing. Japan award availability is really tough to find. Everyone says it's impossible. And I've searched everywhere. British Airways, American Airlines, ANA, and through other different partner airlines and a bunch of different airlines and different combinations. And it's hard to find business class award availability over to Japan, and nothing shows up a lot of the times, but Japan Airlines does something interesting. Japan Airlines releases more award availability to its own members. So if you're booking through Japan Airlines directly with Japan Airline miles, you see seats that don't show up anywhere else. So when I searched on the Japan Airlines website, there are actually 4 business class seats available on my particular flight for that particular day that I wanted to fly out. So what I did was I transferred my Bilt points over to Japan Airlines at a 1-to-1 ratio. Bilt is the only transfer partner that transfers at a 1-to-1 ratio. Capital One also transfers to Japan Airlines, but at a 1 to 0.75 ratio, so not nearly as good. These are all both relatively new transfer partners, and I totally think they're underutilized because you can find some great award availability through the Japan Airlines website if you're willing to transfer your credit card points over to Japan Airlines to redeem those Japan Airline miles. For 3 of us, Tiffany and I, and Oliver as a lap infant, it's 157,500 Japan Airline miles. My son's lap infant ticket was only 7,500 miles, which I actually really like because typically these airlines charge you 10% of the cash fare for a lap infant, or in this case, Japan Airline only charges a 7,500 mile fee for a lap infant, which is way more reasonable because if I had to pay 10% of the cash fare, it probably would have been like $250 or maybe $300 for Oliver's lap infant ticket, where I'd gladly redeem 7,500 Japan Airline miles for his lap infant ticket instead. And the total taxes and fees for all of our tickets was $424.90. And the cash value for that ticket is like $2,500 per person one way. So pretty solid redemption there. As an added bonus, we'll also be flying the A350-1000 on Japan Airlines, which is their newest business class product. So super excited to try that out and definitely make some content about it. So stay tuned for that. All right, so that's how we're getting to Japan. Now we're spending some time in Tokyo, and then we're headed down to Kyoto. And then from Kyoto, we're taking the train down to Osaka and flying from Osaka to Shanghai for our first time in mainland China. For that flight in particular, we also booked a Japan Airlines flight because of the timing and then also the convenience as well. But we booked through Alaska Airlines. We could have booked through Japan Airlines as well when using Japan Airline miles, but the points redemption was kind of high. And I compared it with Alaska Airlines, and Alaska Airlines was charging fewer points for the same exact flight. I used Atmos reward points, and again, it's the same thing. I transferred my American Express points over to Hawaiian Airlines, and from Hawaiian Airlines over to Alaska Airlines, which is not available anymore, but I still have a lot of those points left over in my Alaska Atmos account. And then on Alaska Airlines' website, it was 7,500 Alaska Atmos points for economy, or double that, 15,000 for business class. And I figured, it's not that big of a difference. Yeah, it's double the amount of points, but 15,000 points for business class seems kind of fun, and it would be good content as well. So that's why we just went with business class. So the total for 3 of us, I booked 3 seats again for all 3 of us. Instead of having Oliver as a lap infant, I booked 3 seats, and it's 45,000 points total and $88.60 in taxes and fees. The cash value for that flight was oddly expensive as well. There's a lot of other budget airlines that fly from Osaka over to Shanghai, but traveling with a kid, and we're gonna have a lot of stuff like paying for check bags and stuff like that. I just wanted to stick with an airline that I'm familiar with to make things easier, and the cash value for that ticket for 3 of us to go from Osaka over to Shanghai was around like $1,200 one way. So again, another pretty solid redemption there, getting good value out of my points. And then coming back, we're going from Shanghai over to Tokyo, and I specifically wanted to fly out of SHA, which is the other Shanghai airport that's much closer to the city center. And I heard it's much easier to get to than the Pudong PVG airport. So that's why I specifically wanted to fly out of that airport. And we're flying into Haneda, which makes it super easy. So 2 convenient airports on both ends. Again, this is also Japan Airlines, booked through Japan Airlines directly though, in this case, because Alaska Airlines didn't see the award availability, and the award availability is only showing on the Japan Airlines website. And this flight also was stupidly kind of expensive in cash if I wanted to get on the Japan Airlines flights. I don't know why, but it's a short 2.5-hour flight, but it's still really expensive in cash. That's why I just ended up using my points. It's not a great redemption, but I don't know, it's still pretty solid in my opinion. I don't have to pay much out of pocket either. So the total cost for that was 54,600 Japan Airline miles, $118.60 in taxes and fees. And the cash value for that was around $1,000. Not my best redemption ever, but it still beats paying cash. We always like to spend a couple extra days in Tokyo before we fly home, just so that we can do our final shopping and then pack all of our stuff and then head home. So for the flight home, we're flying from Haneda over to LAX, and then LAX connecting down to San Diego, all in one itinerary on Delta One. And this is actually kind of a rare find. Like, this typically would cost like 250,000 Delta Sky Miles per person. And I actually found this deal because the Free Traveler Premium newsletter sent out an award alert about it. It was pretty late in Taiwan and I was doing some work, but I saw the award alert and I booked it right there and then. And the great thing about this is like it's all on one itinerary. And having that all in one itinerary is always better for connecting flights because I'm protected if one of the flights get delayed or I miss one of the flights. Then Delta can help me out and adjust that reservation if needed because they're all on one itinerary from one ticket issuer. So it makes things super easy. The total cost was 100,000 Delta Sky Miles per person, so 200,000 Delta Sky Miles for Tiffany and I, and $103.82 in taxes and fees. That's when I transferred my American Express points over to Delta Sky Miles. Usually, like, that's not the move, but in this case, it was a pretty solid redemption. It was the date that we wanted. And like I previously mentioned, business class to and from Japan is really hard to find that award availability. So when something does pop up, you need to jump on it pretty quickly. So I transferred my American Express points over to Delta, and there's a $99 tax that you have to pay through American Express to transfer to a domestic airline, and it's capped at $99. So something to keep in mind. That's scaled depending on how many points you transfer, but it's capped at $99. And I transferred 200,000 American Express points, and so I hit that cap pretty easily. So the cash value of that Delta One flight is probably around like $5,000 for both of us. So $2,500 per person each way. And then as for Oliver's lap infant, this was kind of odd because I only paid $19 for his lap infant ticket. Don't ask me why. I didn't want to ask the Delta rep a second time, but usually it's supposed to be 10% of the adult cash fare. Even it says on the Delta website that I would have to pay 10% of the adult cash fare, but the Delta rep that I chatted on online to add Oliver as a lap infant said that it was only $19. And I had to reconfirm with her. I was like, this is for the lap infant, right? And she said, yep, that's for the lap infant, $19. I was like, cool, I'm going to go with it. The ticket got issued. I got the email confirmation that he was added as a lap infant, and it all kind of works out. All right, so now let's add all of that up. I went through a lot, and it was a lot of points. It was 493,100 points across all the different programs. Total cash out of pocket was $752.12. The cash value for all those flights around like $13,232. And that's really being conservative on the cash value of those tickets based off of like real Google Flights numbers. Also, I'm not taking like an inflated one-way cash fare for some of these business class flights. I'm actually doing the round trip and dividing it by 2. So it's a more realistic and more reasonable cash fare. And if you do the cents per point calculation there, it comes to around like 2.5 cents per point. And I always say anything above 2 cents per point is pretty solid. And I'm beating the travel portal and I'm booking exactly what I want. If you watch my previous video about my Asia trip, it seems like, round trip, these are getting kind of expensive. Like points are getting devalued, redemptions are getting more expensive, and it's harder and harder to find the award availability across the Pacific in business class. So whenever you find some of those deals, you should probably jump on them. And it seems like it's typically like these trips are costing me around like 400 to 500,000 points round trip for my wife and I, and also a lap infant as well. And yeah, it's harder and harder to find those like 60, 70, 80,000 point redemptions, one-way redemptions now these days in business class. But it is still possible if you're super flexible, and it's still possible to get really good value out of your credit card points and redeem those credit card points for experiences and trips that you typically wouldn't really pay for. I would never pay $13,000 for these flights, but with credit card points, that enables me to experience $13,000 worth of business class flights. I would have flown economy if I didn't have the points. And obviously that would not be as comfortable or as fun, but that's just being realistic. It's like, I would never spend $13,000 on some flights. And I know someone's bound to ask me, how did I earn all these points? Well, I've been doing this for a long time, and this is my full-time job. It's been my full-time job for like the past 3.5 years or so. And I earn my credit card points, airline miles, and hotel points similar to the way a normal person does, but just kind of like on steroids. I'm just like supercharged because I do this full-time. I do, welcome bonuses, referrals, and all the other strategies that I mentioned on this channel. There's no way that I earn points and miles in a secretive way. I just earn a lot of welcome bonuses, also a lot of referrals, and I do the everyday spending, shopping portals, and all that stuff that a typical person would do, just on a higher scale, because this is my job. So I'm always grateful when people use my referral links and stuff like that, because that helps support my channel and allows me to experience some of these things and also report back on whether it's worth your points or not and share the experience with you. We also travel more than normal people, and that means we have to earn and redeem more points than a normal person. So everything I do is pretty normal, but just kind of like supercharged. And the amount of points that I earn and the amount of points that I redeem is not normal. That's my entire breakdown of our Asia trip so far. I'll do another video that's separate for hotels. This was just the flights only. If you found this helpful at all, you can hit the like and subscribe button down below. I'll put some more of my redemption breakdowns on the screen right now. And I also got a free newsletter if you want to go check that out. I share deals and strategies like this, which I'll link down in the description. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.